Howdy everyone, this is Tricia and welcome to my channel. So I decided I wanted to get a little dirty today. So I was hoping that you'd want to get a little dirty with me. So how about we get a little dirty? I'm out in my garden and that's why I'm going to get dirty. I got a little dirty yesterday too. I was out here doing some stuff. So I want to show you what I did. But also I want to show you what my husband and I did this past November. And we did some cleaning up and we created some new little garden beds, and I want to show you that. I also want to show you the plants that I have gotten this year, and then some that I got on clearance from Lowe's. I have been watching this one lady. Her name, her channel is Garden Addicts with Z. So I've been watching her, and she she buys clearance plants. And she was at Lowe's in this video that I watched. She inspired me. I thought, I've gotten clearance plants from Lowe's too, so I'm going to go back and see if they have anything else that they put out. And sure enough, they did. It wasn't a lot. It was just a few things, and I didn't want to go crazy because, you know, I have a lot already going on, and I want to start a vegetable garden again. So I got that, and I want to show you what I planted, and I want to show you what I cleaned up. Everything's kind of a bit of a mess right now because I put things in pots. A lot of things are in pots so that I can bring them in the house easily in case it gets like super cold here. Although it doesn't really get super cold here in South Texas. It lasts a day and then I have to bring it out. But for me, it's like, okay, that's like an excuse. Very good, you know, to get some good exercise, you know, walk outside, grab all the pots, take them inside, and then the next day or a day after that, bring them all back out. So everything's kind of like all over the place. It's not quite where maybe I'll want it. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I want to show you our back here, our backyard. This is the back behind our house. And we have a driveway. We can drive up here from all the houses have a driveway in their back, and you know, anyway, does that matter? Anyway, so I'm in the back of the house, the backyard, where I do all my work when I get to do that. And I do have some things in the front that I want to do, but I think I'll show you that in another video, what I want to do. I have a lot of cleaning up to do up there, so that's what I'm just going to show you, what to clean up. But anyway, yeah, so let me show you what we've done, and then I'll show you the little plants that I bought, and I'm going to get dirty and I'm going to plant some bulbs. Okay, so I'm still sitting here because I am being lazy, but this is the back entrance to my house here. It goes into my kitchen. But these stepping stones there, those, we placed them in November. My husband went and bought, he had taken off to the store to go buy them because I said, you know, I want a bigger area there. And actually my idea was that I was going to redo this whole section here, so I had him go and buy me more stepping stones. So while he was at it, I removed what I had here, because what I had here were these larger stones than these individual ones, but they only came out, I think it was 16 inches. So but if I put these together, well, now I've got 24 inches. So I put one row there's 5, and then there's 5 again. And then I put another 5 on top, and then another 5 on top, and then going one layer of 5, and then I only had 4 to work with, so I just kind of, you know, centered it. But this gives me a whole lot more space to walk here, and a lot more space to walk here. And before it was like only so wide, and now it comes out a little bit more and a little bit further that way as well. So it makes for a more comfortable walk up, and I'm really proud of that because I did that all by myself. Okay, so then the other thing that I also did by myself was put these stepping stones, which we already had. These were actually made another row right here, but I removed them because I thought instead of him having to buy even more stepping stones, which he did those, so when he got back I put them there, but I removed the old ones, and the old ones I put them over there. That's all from what was over here in the kitchen. So then I moved these here while he was out there getting me the ones for, you know, the ones that I just showed you. So I moved these here, and I set up all this all by myself. So he got back with the other new ones, and then he got back with some sod. So then we also put it in here, and then we also cut, you know, into the shape of the steps here, so we can fill in that little spot. So that looks really nice instead of being, you know, like just where we had just removed all the weeds and the not, you know, the grass that we didn't want. We want, you know, like this grass. So we went and got this, so we feel it's gonna eventually going to blend in, you know, all this area, so now it doesn't look all bare, and I really like the way that it looks. And see, over here it was already starting to grow this way, so it was perfect here. So we just had to fill in this little spot here. Okay, so anyway, back over here, we cleaned out that whole area here. We had, this was full of this particular grass. It was overgrowing. That thing just grows crazy wild, and it fills up everything. And then we had planted this rose here last year. It's a pink rose that grows on it. And see, I have to come in here and I have to cut off all this, you know, this dead leaves. So I need to continue that. I started yesterday, but it started raining, and well, lo and behold, it's raining again today, so we'll see. So anyway, we cleaned out this whole area, and I pulled out these grasses, and what I did is I separated them into smaller plants, and I put, you know, 3 there, and then the other plants I separated them and I put them in a different spot. So then I've planted these guys here, and we put that weed blocker down, and we put mulch on top of it. So we did a lot of cleaning up, and that felt very rewarding. So now I've added this hydrangea in here. Let me show you the pretty flower. That's our trash coming through, picking up. That's a lot of noise in the background. I'll probably stop right after this, so let him pass. But look at that beautiful color. Ah, it's so beautiful. Okay, so he's taking a while before he gets around here, and he's still making a lot of noise in the background. But I also wanted to show you this. I also got, this is new. It's called Corona de Jesus in Spanish. So in English that would translate to crown of Jesus, or Christ, crown, or crown of Christ. So you guys tell me what it is. But in Spanish it's Corona de Jesus. So I just got that, and the hibiscus. Those are brand new. Also at the end of here I have my plumeria right here. And she's dormant right now, and the reason that I have her right here is because we brought her in when it got really cold a week ago or so, and then it's easier to bring her in and out for now while it's the weather is, you know, iffy. But as soon as the middle of February, I'll put her back where she goes. Alright, so I wanted to show you this right here. I've got some ferns. I actually have 4 of them, and they grow really nice and full, really pretty. But then they had a lot of dry, you know, old foliage to them. So my husband cleaned them up, and now we just got these new little, you know, greenery that are coming out of that. So I have them here just so that in case we have to bring them in, they're nearby. And I also have this pothos out here because it was huge in another smaller pot, and I took all the like really long vines, and I pulled the whole plant out and I separated it. So then the long vines, I put them in this one, and I built this with a PVC pipe, and then I wrapped lots of Spanish moss around it and got some wire, tied it around, and then I put this burlap and then a little string, as you can see right there, and just tie that all around so that the plant has something to grasp on as it grows up. And these top, you know, I twisted them around, but then I also tied them down a little bit here with a little bit of string so they don't fall back down and they'll grab on there. And the other one I transplanted back into the pot that it was originally in, and it's actually had that in the front patio, my front porch. But those will go inside the house probably because it'll get too hot here to have those out here. Right now it's nice and cool and the sun is not too strong, so they're fine out here. Okay, so when I went to Lowe's, I got some clearance plants, and I'll show you some, and some are here that are not clearance, but this one I did get it from on clearance. This is a what is it called? Cyclamen. That is so pretty. I got this for $4. I thought it was such a pretty plant. I've always seen this, and I like them, but I just don't know if, you know, if I wanted it. And I grabbed it, and since it's been raining, I left it out here, and I just got it yesterday, so I think this is going to go inside. Okay, I also got this one on clearance, a little pansy, and I got to remove all these little, you know, little leaves, and I thought it was worth it. You know, I'm going to save it and see how well it does for me, and you know, put it in a bigger little pot. This is from Christmas, a little tiny little poinsettia, and it had just kind of just dried up. You see how little leaves there? I gotta remove those, but now it's got some new ones coming out there. So I'm gonna see if I can pot it into something a little bit bigger and see how well that does. Okay, these were my clearance plants that I bought. I have some others that I'll show you. I also grabbed this from Lowe's yesterday, a little tomato plant. This one's called Better Boy. So I thought I'd try that one. And then this is called Sweet Mint. And look at that. And it actually does smell sweet. And this is what I'm going to plant. Or yeah, these. I will be planting these in pots today. They're Caladium Bulbs, and it's a mix. And it says there's 36 in here, and I paid $15 for this. And I've had these plants before, and I really love them. I just got to plant them under other plants that'll give them some shade, and probably under my pergola. So that's what I'm going to pot today. And here's another area. Sorry about, see, I told you there was going to be stuff all over the place. But anyway, because I've been potting, so I've got some garden soil here. I've got some organic compost there, and I've got some cow manure. I needed that for a specific plant. So anyway, I've got this Dusty Miller. I bought 4 of them. They were $1 on clearance at Lowe's, and they look really nice, and they're doing really good. And I just planted that yesterday. And this here is another clearance plant. I think I paid $3, and I got 2 of that one. And that one's called Turk's Cap. See? So look, this whole area. This little area here was just a strip that we had cleared here before that was like that, and I've always had something in there. But then we decided to cut into the yard and up to here. And I told you I removed those bricks, so I ended up having a little more space here because I also had a pipe put here so that I would have, you know, easy access to a hose here so that I can water things around here. I have another hose. It's not that far, but you know, just sometimes you just want to wash your feet or your hands. You don't have to walk through the grass again. So I wanted this, and I had that installed. Okay, so this is the little area. Look at all the plants that we've got here so far. Another Dusty Miller that I got yesterday. And this one, I was cleaning it out. I got to take all little dry bits off of it. And then we had that one. That one's doing really good, but then it kind of got, you know, a little sad. But it's got some new growth. So I was going to trim it down, but then I saw that it had all new little growths. I can't step in there because it's all muddy. But it had all new growths in there, so now I don't want to cut it. And then also here I got a purple kale that I also bought, and I planted it there. And then we got this one. I think it's, oh God, what is this called? Colas or something like that, which is the same as that plant, but that's a different color. This one we had it in a pot, and it just overtook the pot, and it overtook a couple of other plants that were in there with it, so we decided to put it in the ground. My husband just wanted it right here. He wants more of that, so we'll probably end up getting more of that. Another little Dusty Miller, and you guys, I forgot what this is called, but I just thought it was so pretty. This is a plant that I got on clearance, and it's doing really good. And this was in the pot with this, but this guy was just making that guy go sideways, so I planted it here. And then I've got a rose. This is supposed to be a long stem red roses, so I planted it here in a little corner. And now I've got to do some weeding again because, you know, look at little clovers or whatever those things are called growing all over the place, and we don't want that. Okay, another area that we cleaned out and created was this planting area right here. And these are, oh, by the way, see this grass? That and that one, those were in there, and we brought them out here. And this was one huge plant, and I separated it into 2. So that was one plant over there separated into 3, one plant I separated into 2, and then another plant that I also, this one was I think probably from the others, but that was, I just got tired, so I told my husband, just plant the whole big thing there. And that's what he did. Look at that. And then I just planted some little things here. Here I've got succulents, and you'll see them in little pots as I walk around. Those my dad gave me, so I put them in those pots. I think that one he gave it to me in that pot. But I bought these pots here. They're real colorful, and I got them at the Dollar Tree. They were only $1, so I decided to put those succulents in there. Again, that way they'll be easy to move around as I need. Another of the Turk's Cap and the Dusty Miller, put it there. And here, this is why I need the cow manure and the organic compost to mix it around with a potting soil for this magnolia. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I just love it. My husband keeps tripping out. He says he keeps seeing the brown leaves underneath, and he keeps thinking they're dead. And I'm like, no, that's the way they're supposed to be, brown on the bottom, a little velvety brown. Okay, on clearance, I also grabbed this Bougainvillea right here. So this is what it is. It was $8.99, but look, it was $17.98 before, so that was a good deal, half off that. And it's got lots of new little growth on it, so that's a nice little healthy plant. I planted these also. I had them in little pots somewhere else, and I decided to just put them in the ground and they have bloomed. And this is just like 2 weeks maybe that I've had them here, and look how they were doing. So yeah, we're gonna have to do a little cleaning. We want to actually put some of that plastic, the weed blocker, and then put mulch here and hopefully over here too. So those are our plans. Okay, so back over here, and you'll see those little pots again with those little succulents that my dad gave me. I got some roses that I just planted. I had a couple here, and I had one over there and one over here. And they were the, you know, like the miniature little roses. They grow a whole bunch of them. I don't know, something got to them, and it just totally dried them up and destroyed them. So I gave them a chance to possibly come back up, but they never did. So, and roses here, they do, you know, they do well. The climate is perfect. So, I decided that no, well, they're goners. So I went and I bought this one, and this is a yellow, and it's some sort of a hybrid. I forgot what it's called. I do have the packaging because I saved it so I could remember, but I'm not going to pull it out right now. But that'll be a yellow, and this is another one, and that'll be a red one. And I got these, I don't recall if I got them at Lowe's or if I got them at Home Depot, but I was shopping with my mom, and she was picking out some tile, and we went to the garden center, and I ended up getting those roses. And oh, the other rose that I showed you, the long stem that I was showing you in that other section of way over there in the corner, that I got it at Sam's. Did I get it at Sam's? Yeah, I believe so. And I think I paid like $10 for that one. If it wasn't at Sam's, it was at Lowe's or Home Depot, whatever we were, because I bought that this past Saturday after we had gone fishing. But anyway, this is what I've done, and let me talk about what this is what I had for my vegetables. We built this, and I really like it, but we're gonna go ahead and take this apart. And I got these little gate bits that I used to create, you know, a little house for my plants, and it goes all the way around and on the sides. So we're actually going to use this as a fence now in another section of our yard, and I'm going to clean this out. And this wooden structure that we have here with this shading on it, we're going to put it over our well water, you know, the little machine that pulls out the water out of the ground. We're going to put this over it so it'll kind of house that, and we'll cover with some, well, this will probably be reused for that. But anyway, so, but this is where I had my plants. As you can see, there's where the zucchini was, and those just kind of died down. I'm scared to use that soil, guys. I want to sift it, and hopefully there's no larvae or anything from those worms that were in there. But I'm scared to use it again for new vegetables. So I think if I do sift it, and I don't find anything, I might reuse it, but otherwise I'm going to go ahead and spread it in another area, or spread it out, just spread it out here, you know, underneath what I'm going to put here now. So let me show you. Look, you guys, I have everything in pots. Like I said, they're all over the place. These are my desert roses and a plumeria here, but look, it's getting new leaves. That little tiny one there has also got some little tiny little new growths. So that's doing well. And this one over here is the jalapeno plant, and it's got some new leaves. But look, it was just a stick, but I left it in there to see what happens. And I'll show you the others in a minute, but let me show you the boxes that I got. Oh, and then this is a sweet potato, a purple. Oh, and I got these. My mom, I didn't get them. I got them from my mom. My mom bought these for me. These geraniums, look at how pretty they are. They're an ivy geranium. I left the tag on there, but she got these for me. So I bought these little hanging baskets, and I got those from the Dollar Tree, by the way, and put those in there. But I feel like these Dollar Tree pots don't really last very long. The sun really gets at them, so I might buy some better quality ones. But this is an ivy geranium too, and look at the color. It's so pretty. All right, so for my vegetable garden, look at these boxes, you guys. I got these from Sam's. There's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have them upside down so they don't get filled with water from the rain. But they come with legs. They'll go in here, and then there'll be a shelf underneath as well. So these are going to be my planters, you know, for any veggies. I'm contemplating whether I should put them over there, or maybe just move this table from here and the chair obviously and put them here. But there's 4 of them, so I don't know, maybe I'll have to do like a little L right here, because I feel like they'll be more protected also if I need to have them like with not so much sun. Oh, and then we also cleaned out this little area and we created this bed. Goes around that way, and in here we have what is this called, lantana, some society garlic. This is a Mexican heather, and see, we repeat it over here, and so forth, and then so forth. And look there, these are starting to grow. These were small little plants and they're doing really well. This one looked like it was just gonna die, but look, it's got some new growth, so I'm not gonna pull that out. I think I'm just gonna trim all those little dead leaves. And here I have a Bougainvillea growing, and it was just a little stick, and now it's got this branch coming out this way and that, and it's even flowered. Look at that. Oh, there we go. Look at the flowers, the color. Okay, and then I've got another heather and a lantana here hiding under all these leaves. So I need somebody to come here and clean up all these leaves, and we just haven't had to have the grass cut, so we haven't had the guy come by. And this whole area originally was all covered with grass, but I got this thing that I decided that this whole area I was going to do like a huge cacti succulent garden, so I had them clean all this grass out, but I never did do it. So now I want grass to grow, so we're going to go get some sod and fill in this little area to help it get full. We had transplanted some grass that we moved from the that area where we made that little bed, and we put it here, and we've been watering it, and I see green grass growing again. It was looking like it was just going to die, but you know, sometimes that happens. Some grasses die, but then the ones underneath, because when he dug it out with, you know, the dirt and everything, and then just placed it there. So hopefully that'll do good. Oops, my little star fell down here. Oh, and then my sons had planted this grapevine here, so we cut it back. My dad said that we needed to cut it back in November, so we did that. And I'll show you, like way up there. Do you see that? It's got some leaves, and I just noticed right here too. Do you see that? Right there. Okay, so that's doing okay. All right, let's walk around. I'm getting myself all muddy. Look at my pink Crocs, all dirty from yesterday. Anyway, all right, well, over here I've got some Amaryllis that I pulled out of over here, and then way in the corner over there. I do like them. I don't know why I'm not that big of a fan. I like gladiolas. I don't know why, what it is. I do like them. My mother-in-law gave me like one plant, and out of that one plant, a whole bunch of them have grown throughout the years. We pull them out, more grow. You know, what is wrong with me that I don't like them? Explain to me. But anyway, I decided to save these. I wasn't going to throw them away, because I said, you know, at least I need to keep at least one, because she did give me that plant. So I've put them in here, and they're doing okay so far. They just look sad like that because, you know, I pulled them out and I put them here, transplanted them. But I think they'll be okay. I think, y'all tell me, should I cut them down and let new leaves grow? This is kind of what I'm thinking I should do. That one died, but I'm thinking I'm going to do that. And the reason that I'm doing that I want them to survive, and I'll tell you a little story, which is really my mother-in-law's story. Little gossip here for you guys. So, my mother-in-law, you know, she's not been able to take too much care of too many things anymore. So she had her prize Amaryllis in pots that I'll let you enjoy this little garden while I tell you the story. And I'll try to keep it short. So she has her Amaryllis, different colors, everything, always really beautiful. That and geraniums, that's her thing. So anyway, she had these, and you know, the years have been gone by. She hasn't been able to do too much. She's in a wheelchair now. So she just had a few here and there. And she had someone, I don't know if she was somebody that came to clean the house or what it was that this lady came to do. But she told her, oh, let me plant those in the ground for you, because they'll do a lot better in the ground instead of the pots. And my mother-in-law's always had them in pots. So, you know, she knows what, you know, her plants. But this lady convinced her. She said, I'll plant them in a nice place. And, you know, then later you can... I can take you through them and you can enjoy them. And my mother-in-law did not want that. But somehow the lady convinced her, which is funny because we can't convince her of anything. But here comes somebody and they do. So anyway, she convinced her, and so she told her she was going to go plant them on the side of the house where my mother-in-law never goes. And my mother-in-law was like adamant. She didn't want them there. She wanted where she could see them. But she said, no, you need some plants out there. You've got a lot of plants over here already. They're going to look really pretty, blah, 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 blah. So supposedly she did that. You know, it's alleged, okay, at this point. My mother-in-law, like, you know, 3-4 days later, she wants to see where she planted these amaryllis. So she rolled herself out and tried to get, and she was looking around as far as she could around the house where she could, you know, move herself around. Didn't want to get stuck in the grass. But she's looking everywhere where she thinks, you know, they could possibly go, because the places that she can access, there's nothing there. So she finally waits for the lady to come back, and she said, well, where did you plant my amaryllis? I want to see them. The lady goes, oh, well, okay, let's go out there. This is the way my mother-in-law told me this story. So she just kind of rolls her around the house, never really saying anything. To finally get to this one spot. Oh, I planted them around this side of the house, you know, but they hadn't reached that area yet. And my mother-in-law saying, I've already been over here and I didn't see anything. And then they finally get around and she goes, where? I don't see them. I don't see them. And the lady tells her, oh my God, a rabbit came and ate them all. My mother-in-law. But there's no sign. There's no sign of them having been eaten. There's no sign of where supposedly you planted. She was like, the dirt is all dry and nothing's been moved. And you know, I agree. I don't think those things got planted, you guys. So you tell me what you're thinking, and it's probably what I'm thinking and what my mother-in-law is thinking. But those amaryllis, who knows what happened to them. Anyway, here we go. So I've got some more little plants here. And this is another desert rose, and look how well that's doing. It's coming up really nice. Another one of the crown of Christ here. Oh, and then I got these mother-in-law tongue. I forgot, there's another name for them. Lengua de suegra in Spanish. And then I've got this, and I've got that. That's a new one that I planted early in, I think it was around November, around there. But yeah, and then I've got these little palms. I forgot what they're called, but my dad gave me 2 of those. I got another one somewhere else. And I've planted little bits of some that I grabbed from my mom, from her potted plants. Put them there. This one too. I also grabbed that one, along with, you know, the other succulents. Oh, and look, speaking of bell pepper that I told you I had, this is also growing a little leaf right there. So I think I need to trim maybe these stalks down. Y'all tell me, okay? All right, so here I have mint, spearmint, and basil, and I cut a whole bunch of it off because a lot of it was like really dead and drying and just hanging off. And I did the same thing to the look, this has got some leaves again here. I thought I had gotten everything off, but yeah, I took out a whole bunch of dead, you know, mint, and I've got some new little guys coming up. Look at that, bunch of them, little tiny ones there. So I'm so happy. Oh, and every time I move this, sniff it. This is spearmint, this is mint, and then I got that sweet mint. I think I had thyme down here or something. I don't remember. That didn't do any good, so I'm going to put more mint. And also, I was also watching this one gentleman who was talking about those worms. He said that if you plant mint around them, that'll keep them from getting on your tomatoes and other vegetables. So that's my plan, is to get more little mint plants, so and plant them around my either in the same boxes on the edges, or I don't know, maybe somewhere underneath. We'll see. So here's what's going on. So now, last year I did this, and it needs to be cleaned out again, of course, but last year I did this, so I want to do it again on this side over here. I just don't know if I'm going to go through all the trouble that I did with it. Layering of the paper and the rocks, everything was so expensive, the sands, it just cost so much money, and it's so much upkeep. So I'm thinking that I'm going to plant like these big things, and I have an aloe vera and some other plants like that. I think I'm just going to plant them in here somehow, and I think I'm going to take that tall one there and put it here in the corner, because I know it'll go bushy and tall, and then these other ones around it, and then just put some mulch. And then I want to buy more sod and make another, like a little, because look, we put these sod in here, This is where our yard kind of came around, and then we put sod, you know, those, you know, you buy them in the Home Depot and so forth, you know, and just lay those like rectangular type pieces. So we've laid them here. So I was thinking of a few more, just, you know, even if I separate them like stepping, just so that I form a little grassy area here, because this is where I come back here, and I've got this whole table that I set up over here, and I've got pots in here, and I've got pots in another thing. Oh, this is the bird bath that I had made. Oh, you guys, it's still, let me get this water out of it. I had made this in a video, and it's still holding up really well, so that's going to go back in there. But Christmas, my mom gave me a bird bath, so I'm going to show you that. Okay, so I went inside and I pulled this out. Look at this beautiful, what is it, a peacock? It is a bird bath. My mom gave me this for Christmas. My mom loves peacocks, so this would be something that I would have thought she would have kept for herself. But it's got the little legs in there, and this beautiful glass bowl, and I want to put it out here, but I'm going to wait till, I don't know, mid-February, March to put it out here. I'm going to put it back inside, but I think I want to put it right in here. And the reason that I want to put it right here in the middle is because there's a sprinkler head there, and then right in here like that, and you think you can see a little bit of a little ditch right there. There's a you know, the sprinkler comes out and then it comes this way, so I can't plant anything there, so that's where I think I'm just going to sit it right here. Yeah, because I don't want, you know, I can't disturb, you know, the sprinkler line there, so I'll put that there. And anyway, so gotta put it away, get all this off of here, because I gotta get some pots that are under here so that I can plant these. And I've got 36, you guys. I was thinking the package had 10 and I only have enough pots to maybe put like maybe 10 of them. I think, excuse me, I think I have like 5 pots that I got, because I got a whole bunch of them at the Dollar Tree. I think I mentioned that. See these colorful ones here? They're only $1. So I want to put them in that. And I think I've only got 5. And should I put 2 or 3 in each pot? Maybe I'll put 3. Okay, so I'm going to get the pots, put those in there, see what I can do, and I'll see what I'll do with the rest of them. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I had 5 pots. So I put 3 in each one because it had to be like 4 inches apart, and they're 2 inches deep in there, and it was hard kind of telling, you know, some of them were just you couldn't tell what was the top or the bottom. On some they had the little roots, and then you could see the little bit kind of poking out, which would be the top. So I knew where to put those, so I chose those. So I've got 15 planted. I put the little poinsettia here in this little pot, which was where another plant came in. This is the nursery pot that I recycled that. And then I put the pansies in this one little hanging basket. I do have these 2 other ones that I bought from Lowe's. I think they were like $6 each. They're nice and deep. I'm tempted to replant those geranium, yeah, the vine that my mom gave me, those 2. I'm tempted planting them in there, but it's been raining on me a little bit, so I think we're gonna go inside. My doggie Freya has joined me. So yeah, I used a whole bag of soil to do that. I didn't add anything to it because the soil is very, it has compost and such in it, so it drains really well. And I made sure I made little holes in the bottom, which, by the way, you have to be really careful with these Dollar Tree pots because they're very delicate plastic. So when you poke them, if you poke too hard, you just crack the whole thing. So I did crack a couple of them on the bottom, but it's not like a really huge crack all the way. It's just, you know, like maybe an inch or so. But, you know, it's just to start off these bulbs. And I think because I had so many of them left over, I have, you know, 15, 21 of them or so left over in here. A couple of them, they felt to me like they were just disintegrating in my fingers, like maybe they're rotted. I don't know, maybe being in the bag for so long, I'm not sure. But I think what I'm going to do, just because I'm not sure if they will grow, I'm gonna come over here this week and hopefully we'll do some cleaning, and I'll just cut into the plastic and dig a little hole and put some along here and just see what pops up. All right. All right, everyone, so that has been my little pre-garden or pre-spring garden tour, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I don't know if it was interesting or not, but you know, I hope you enjoyed it. And I think I'm gonna do a little bit more out here and go inside because it's raining, and I'm next to my, what did I say this was? It's that. Okay, I'm gonna give myself a big old thumbs up, Magnolia, and I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up and leave a nice or kind comment down below. All right, but I'm gonna enjoy some more little garden videos and get some more tips, especially on the tomatoes and zucchini and such. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. And again, the video that I saw, she was a very lovely lady. Her name, she's a young lady. Her name is her channel is Garden Addict, like an addict, but with a Z. So I just recommend you look at her. She's very pleasant. She's very real, just a regular person like, you know, myself, and you know, we just want to do some gardening and wants to learn, and I think it's really nice. And she's got lots of little videos where she's been working on her stuff. So if you want to look at somebody, I recommend her. So go on over, give her some love. I don't know if she needs it, but everybody needs love. What am I saying? Okay, well, anyway, you guys, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. So hit that red button and then the little bell, which will notify you of when I upload videos, which is twice a week, and once in a while I might do a little vlog like this one. And that's it. Share on your social medias. As always, enjoy.